Bandits with 6 attackers in the Dragon zone. Net is empty. Plessis, left circle. Backdoor to Hernandez. One-timer. He scores.
Cusick behind the cage, into the corner. Hernandez wants it, shoots it. It's in! Randy Hernandez has tied it with a minute left to go.
Better weather for the Kodiaks today on their travels. Here comes Hernandez. He's got a breakaway. He shoots. He scores! Randy Hernandez.
My name is Randy Hernandez, and this is my journey. So I grew up in Miami, Florida, and it was a small little town a little bit south of Miami. It's called Kendall, and there was like a small rink there, like 5 minutes away from my house. And yeah, I would usually be there almost every day, just practicing, doing lessons with my coach. Yeah, just wanting to get better. My family's Cuban, and they moved to the States when they were in their 30s, around there, and that's when I was born. Well, as soon as they came from Cuba to Miami, and yeah, I mean, a lot of Spanish food. We enjoy that. And I also have an older brother. He talks English and Spanish. He played a little bit of basketball too. That's friendly, a lot of hard love there, tough love. And it's been good. Around 6 years old, it was like my cousin's birthday party, and that was that local rink that I grew up playing hockey in. So I was just skating around. It was like a public skate, and I was a pretty natural skater to begin with. And then I guess the coach that ran the program there saw me skating. And that's when I decided, I talked to my grandpa. I was like, "Hey, Gramps, can I try out this sport? Like I love it. I love skating." And I started just doing private lessons, and I slowly started to increase my game, and just fell in love with the game overall. And yeah, I feel like in the last couple, 5 years around there, it's been really increasing. I think there's like this new rink they're making too, and around Pompano Beach, I'm not sure, but they also got different summer leagues. There's a South Florida 3v3 league that I play in. There's a lot of pros that come down, and it's really good competition in the summer. So and we play hard, so it's not like a friendly competition or anything like that. We got Zegras came down, Galchenyuk sometimes plays, Arthur Kaliyev from LA Kings. So there's some good competition there, and then there's Olli Jokinen. He was running a league there too, a summer league, and he also had his own program too. So a lot of people are starting to come down to Florida to really expand in hockey and to get better and just get more practice from the best coaches. So other than I was playing Florida hockey for a while until I was 15 or 16. And then after that, when I went to Michigan to play in the NTDP, that's when I had to live with the host family. And that was the first time I really had to leave home. It wasn't all little tournaments here and there. It's different. You're gone for a couple weekends, maybe for a week. But yeah, staying in Michigan with a host family for the first time and leaving home, somebody, my family that I'm so close with, was definitely a battle mentally at first. It was different. So just adjusting to a new place, adjusting to being alone, having to have more I had to depend more on myself too, but it taught me a lot to grow and live on my own. So it was a good experience, but at first it was a battle for sure.
Waiting for Hernandez to the corner. Randy put it out in front, and they score! Phil Kemp, what a nice play. 1-1.
Yeah, the tryout, so there was a practice in the morning, and we had scrimmages in the afternoon and workouts, and they put us through some some crazy mental battles and physical battles that we had, just to see like where our mindset was. Yeah, Coach Kirk, if he was our off-ice training, and Coach Daryl Nelson, them two, they would put us through some extreme workouts, and it was like, but in a good way, you know. It was all to better ourselves to be pros. So good experience overall, and yeah, I was welcomed in to the camp, welcomed into the team. You know, everybody was there for a reason, and not only were they all good hockey players, they were good people too. So. Yeah, it was a tough league. There's a lot of every guy is almost committed to a school, big school, and everybody's coming to play every game. You know, like corner battles, not easy to win. Like guys are hungry, they want the puck. Goalies are good. They're also committed to big schools, so it's like you really got to show up for yourself every day and just carry yourself with that pro mindset, because everybody wants to increase their game and keep going to the next level. So yeah, never easy playing in the USHL, and I'm glad I got to experience that too. So. Oh, for sure. I feel like it did affect my game in the moment. Yeah, getting traded and not being able to produce where I was at, and constantly like trying to fight for a spot, or just trying, like, not mentally there, like my confidence wasn't there in the USHL, and just like moving from place to place definitely like decreases your confidence. So that's like going to the AJHL and taking that summer serious, and like being able to build my foundation to things I needed to work on, what needed to change, like really looking at myself and asking myself what I need to do to become a better player. So stuff like that doesn't happen. And yeah, that helped. I mean, at first it was a battle, and now I like understand, everything's for a reason. So. I was able to produce because of the summer. The summer I had there, I was like, it's my last year at juniors. I want to get committed. This is either go big or go home. So my brother, he was like my mentor, and he's a great brother too. Like, always wanted the best for me, and we really went hard that summer. Started doing like hill work, a lot of like going up hills, running, a lot of sprints, a lot of like stick handling too, and just like in-game situations and studying film too. Like we really took it to the next level to try to just better my game, because obviously before that I knew I needed to change something. So that was the year that I was like, I need to just increase my game and get better. So luckily I was able to get committed and have a good year there in Brooks.
Riegel from his own end, up the left wing for Krieger. Krieger brings it in front for Hernandez. He shoots, he scores! LeMay, loose puck for Hernandez. He has it left circle. He shoots, he scores! Cuts to the left corner with it, leaves it in turn for William LeMay. He'll zigzag his way to the left faceoff dot, and backhand one off his stick. Hernandez scores!
Challenging, that summer, it was the summer before my freshman year. It was COVID year, so yeah, it wasn't easy for everybody jumping into the NCAA and like not having that fan base and environment, but which it helps, with energy and all that. But I was able to find my game a little bit with Robert Morris, and they gave me a lot of opportunity. So after that, I was just grateful to keep going and keep building my NCAA experience. And yeah, the competition was a battle, definitely, and you had to be more on top of your corner game, more on top of the defensive side of the game, because things happen quick.
Shovels it up in the air. Now chance coming for Hernandez. Back in for it. Shot and score! Oh, what a beautiful move there!
Robert Morris folded. After a year, we were just, it was an unlucky situation for a lot of players. Like, a lot of players weren't able to find a spot, and it just happened all of a sudden. So a lot of guys got screwed, and the women's hockey team and the men's hockey team. So everybody was had to go into the transfer portal and just see where you could go. And luckily, Canisius reached out, and I'm so happy to be here. So.
Here comes Hernandez. Looking for space and finding the top corner.
Yes, Hernandez passes it down low. Lovin below the goal line. Hernandez at the side of the net, and he scores! Randy Hernandez getting the goal right back.
Trevor Large in a moment, the coach of this Canisius team. But I would expect a little bit more, and a goal like that will get things started on a beauty.
Gets some space past Baskel and beats Augustine to cut into the deficit.
That was height. There comes Hernandez, breakaway. Walking in, Hernandez scores! Randy Hernandez just snuck it by the glove hand.
It's been good. Yeah, just every day we take pride in our culture. It's a very family, team first environment around here. Great connections. The experience in school. It's a small school, so everybody's pretty tight. So it's been nice. Yeah, my expectations are to finish my last year strong. You're only as good as your last game, so just try to keep building consistency and just being able to help the team as much as I can, and just keep connecting with my line mates, with the team, and just I want the best for the team too. So it's like how we play results on individual play. So I'm excited. I'm very excited for the boys. We're off to 0-4 right now, but I feel like we're gonna find our game and just keep evolving as a team. Every day we show up. So I wouldn't say I'm the most vocal guy, but I definitely show up to practice, and people see that I would hope they see that I lead by example. So I'm always trying to just show up every day for myself so that everybody can see. And starting to work more on my vocal game too, but hopefully the younger class coming in realizes that, and we keep building as a team. I think I'm a speedy, crafty, playmaker. I'm trying to switch my game a little bit to having that shooter's mindset. I feel like a lot of times I want to make plays rather than attack the net. So I'm trying to go more on attack mode. But I think just the creativity and skill and speed aspect of it, I say that are my biggest strengths. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say I would do anything differently. I feel like everything that's happened has led me to where I am now, and I just gotta stay focused on what I can control. And when you're younger, you make some, you realize that maybe you didn't make the right decision in the moment in a lot of things, maybe not showing up to practice with the right mentality, or just not having that belief system in yourself too, which is so important. I feel like when you're younger, you don't really you don't believe in yourself as much, or you're trying to find your way. So I don't think I have any regrets or anything like that. I believe in myself now, and just keep building as a pro, and just carry myself highly. I wouldn't say I ever felt like quitting, but just the fear of failure too has creeped into my mind for sure in the past. So just being able to catch that and do the little things, little mental work. It could be anything, just meditating, or just looking at film, finding your going out to nature, finding a reset button for yourself. But I wouldn't necessarily say I've ever felt like quitting. I fell in love with this game since I was a little kid, and I always come back to my little kid self whenever I feel like, negative thoughts start to creep in. So it's like I'm always happy to keep playing hockey, and that's what's important to me. I'm never gonna stop playing hockey, like, beer league. Like, I still play beer league in the summer, and I love it, and it's just, it makes me happy. So my biggest accomplishment, probably winning the Atlantic Hockey Conference, being able to go to the tournament. That would probably be, our biggest flex as a team, and hopefully we can go back again and do it all over again, and this time win it. And other than, like I say, one more thing would probably be winning the RBC 2 in the AJHL when I went to Brooks. And that was an awesome experience too. Absolutely, my brother. My brother goes without question. He's been almost like a father figure. He's always been there for me, since when I was like 10 and I'd have to travel to do tournaments. He'd be 20, so we're 10 years apart. So he'd always go with me and support me. And it'd be, sometimes tough love, but all for the right reasons. And it definitely helped me, like, build me as a person and as a hockey player. And it goes without saying that he's been the most influential. Like, he's been a great brother. And yeah, I love him very much. I have a sort of direction I want to lead to, but mostly just focusing on what I can control now, just taking it day by day, and just being able to help the team out as much as I can. But as for after, I don't really have any set, like set team or anything like that, or set league. I just want to keep improving and just, obviously I want to take it to the next level as much as I can. So wherever I can play at the highest level would be great. Just find love for the game, and obviously have fun in everything you do, and try to enjoy the moment, whether you're doing private lessons, just shooting pucks. Try to stay dialed in whatever you do, and do it with love and passion, and with that, just stay consistent and show up for yourself every day, and that will lead to you increasing your game. And whatever you do in life, it doesn't matter if it's hockey or not, just do it with love. So